What's up and peace to the family. This is another installment on my channel Crypto and Travel, where I discuss everything crypto and everything travel. The title of this video is Blood in the Streets. Right now it's a bloody situation. What's going on in the cryptocurrency market. So in a second, we're going to take a look at the top 5 cryptos, your biggest losers, your biggest gainers, and your biggest losers. We'll just pull up some charts to see what's going on with Bitcoin. So starting off with your top 5 cryptos, you got Bitcoin down 10.34% all the way down to $10,188. You have Ethereum, the number 2 cryptocurrency according to market capitalization, down 17.22% down to $222.38. Number 3 on the list is XRP, down 6.45% down to 31 cents. Number 4 according to coin market cap and market capitalizations, Litecoin down 12.01% down to 88.94%. Number 5, you got Bitcoin Cash, the newbies confusion, down 18.5% down to $279. And Binance Coin, that's number 6, down 9.56% down to $28.40. As you can see, everything is bloody in the streets of cryptocurrency today. Everything is red. Everything is selling off. So let's look at your top. Let's look at your top gamers. Number 1, Japan. This is Japan content. Have no idea what that is. Up 36.82%, up to 20 cents per coin. You got Clipper Coin, up 3.06%, up to 1 penny. You got the Hobby token up 0.97%, up to $4.07, and you also have DAI up 0.46%, up to 99 cents, almost coming in at a buck. So let's take a look at your biggest losers for today. Cubitica down 28.21%, down to $43.11. You have REN down 24.02%, down to 7 cents. Bytem down 23.31%, down to 10 cents. And Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision down 22.35%, down to $118.99. So let's take a look at some charts. You have Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin paired to USD on the 4-hour chart. On GDAX, which is now known as Coinbase Pro. Just gonna throw up a little bit. Look at some charts. To me, very bearish sentiment. We're headed towards that oversold area, but we are trying to bounce off this bottom trend line, which I think we have to stay in this triangle. If we start to close outside of this trend line, below this trend line, I think we're just gonna see more selling off than we have currently seen today. And if we do continue to sell off and close below this trend line, I have all the feeling in the world that we are gonna see roughly a $9,000 Bitcoin. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen very instantly. We'll probably just move sideways a little bit, but if we can't stay above this trend line, we probably will see I'll say right in this area of, I think this would be our next level of support here. If we close below this trend line, I do think that would be our next level of support. So yeah, we have to stay within this trend line. And the other day when I pulled this chart up, I immediately saw this classic head and shoulders setup. If you know anything about head and shoulders, you do know that the head and shoulders is just a pattern that is formed. It looks just think about just like head and shoulders. You got your shoulder, your head, and then your other shoulder. So just look at it like that. That's the pattern formation on the chart, and all that signifies is just a reversal. And when you see that, that's just a pattern that signifies that we'll be soon having some price action reversal happening. That's exactly what happened. And follow me on Facebook. I posted this chart on Facebook when I first realized this head and shoulders pattern, and in that post I mentioned that if we broke this neckline, that we will be selling off, and that's exactly what happened. But yeah, if you're not familiar with head and shoulder patterns, look that up. It's just a reversal pattern, because we are, as you can see, we are in a huge uptrend, and that head and shoulders pattern just signified that a price reversal was ready to happen. So if you had an inverse head and shoulders, which would be the complete opposite of this, that will be signaling another price reversal, but it will be going up to the upside. Like here's another classic head and shoulders pattern right here. See the shoulder. This is the head. This is the inverse, and this is the other shoulder. And look at what you got. And look at what played out. After this, this would be your neckline here. This would be your neckline right up in here. Change that color. I don't like that color. I'll make it pink. This right here would have been your neckline for this head and shoulders pattern. So you got the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder formation, and that's exactly what happened. Once price action broke this neckline, see it's the opposite. This is the inverse head and shoulders, and this is the traditional head and shoulders. And as you can see, that this pattern signified that a price reversal was about to happen, and that's exactly what we got here. As you can see, price started once that neckline got broken. Once the price broke that neckline, you can see we had a run up. So that's just a little. This is one of the patterns that I look for. I use one of many that I look for, and I use when I look for price reversals, particularly. And you can see classic head and shoulder inverse. Shoulder, head, shoulder, inverse, meaning that a price reversal was about to happen, and boom, that's exactly what happened. And just like what we're experiencing, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. This is exactly what we're experiencing right now with the typical head and shoulders pattern. With this head and shoulders pattern, you got your shoulder, head, shoulder. This is the right. This is the regular one, not the inverse head and shoulders, which meaning that a price reversal is about to happen. We're currently in an uptrend, and this pattern signified that a reversal in price was about to happen, and that's exactly what we got. And now we are kind of falling into a falling wedge. We got a falling wedge pattern that's taking place here, and that's an actual bullish. That's a bullish pattern. That's a geometrical shape. Sorry, guys. Let me get that one. I want to extend this one out. So there we go. And finish creating this wedge. So now we're falling to a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern. And like I said, we have to see. When you chart, you look for coinciding variables. And now you see we have fallen into this falling wedge, which is bullish. This is a bullish sentiment, and we're also right here this trend line, which we cannot break if we want to remain in an uptrend with Bitcoin. So we fell into a falling wedge. We're right here bouncing off this trend line. This is a good area of confluence, meaning that if you kind of want to make a buy order, this will kind of be a good spot to make a buy order with the stop loss set. You know, being that falling wedge trend line, we've met that support, we're bouncing off. So just for a short time frame, it'll be a good place to submit a buy order and to see how it plays out. I set my buy orders with about 10 to 15% stop loss, so that way I'm not risking a whole lot of money. And then just take a look at down here the RSI. Like I said, we're heading to that oversold territory, which the oscillators have to reset. And so heading into that. We momentarily just touched oversold, and we're kind of heading back on the 4-hour chart, heading back into that good range on the RSI. And I'm just thinking that if we can maintain the support, we can bounce from here. But if we do not, and we continue to close from here, we can continue to see a steady drop in prices, with this area right here being our next area of support. So if we do break out of this, I'll be looking Furthermore, I'll be looking here to for my next buy order. And then let's look at some Fibonacci retracements. If you're not familiar with Fibonacci retracements, Fibonacci also indicates price reversals at different fib notes, and we are in the uptrend still. So you just want to go from your swing high down to your swing low, which your swing low will be right up in here. I'm gonna do where the candle closes. All right, cool. Cool. This is different fib levels. This here is the golden zone. You see, Bitcoin loves the golden zone. So this is just your Fibonacci levels and different fib levels, which denotes the same thing, price reversals. And as you can see, we tried to stay right here, this golden zone. When we first broke this golden zone, it took us a little bit to kind of plow through that. The Bitcoin loves the golden zone. That's a key level for retracement, but we didn't quite get it. As you can see, we continue to break through that golden zone down here to this fib level, and we're trying to reverse now. And again, it's almost at the same point. If we break through this area, we're going to continue to see price action sell off. The RSI isn't strong. The MACD is showing bearish, is very bearish right now at this moment, even though we're still in an uptrend. We'll continue to be in an uptrend until we start to make lower lows. So we almost made one here, but it wasn't quite. We almost made a lower low here. So once we start to close lower than this point right here, make a low lower than this, then we can start falling out this uptrend, and it could be reversing. You see, we're making lower highs as well. This high was lower than this high, so the market could be reversing momentarily. Again, this is the 4-hour chart. It could be reversing momentarily. We'll see. You just gotta hang tight and see what's going on. But we have to remain above this trend line. We start closing below this trend line, we're gonna continue to see more sell off. And you can see we're falling into that falling wedge, which is a bullish indicator. And we have completely fell below the 3.82, which is the golden retracement, this golden zone. And we just need a reversal. We just need a reversal here. If not, price continue to sell off. And then we're closing. I won't get extremely bad or bullish until we can at least retrace and meet this 13-day moving average. So we got the bearish cross on the moving averages as well back here. And ever since this cross, we've just continued to sell off. So I won't really feel bullish until we can at least retrace and test this 13-day moving average. Get above this and prices start to actually close above this 13-day moving average. That's when I become more bullish. But until then, I will remain a little bearish at the moment. But we are at a crucial area of support, which we broke through, but we quickly wicked back up. We broke this area of support, we quickly wicked back up, and now we're above it. We need to stay there if we want to continue this uptrend. But yeah, that's basically all I'm looking at with Bitcoin, man. Crucial area of support has to hold here. We're falling into a falling wedge right here, all in this areas of confluence. We briefly touched the oversold conditions on the RSI, which we're trying to retrace back above that 40% mark. I'll be keeping my eye on that to see if we continue to sell off and see if we become even more oversold. And for me, that's the indicator. If I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy oversold conditions. I don't like touching when we're here, when we're overcooked, especially like back here when we made that last high. We're completely overcooked and due for a correction. So now we're on the flip side. Things have cooled off, and this is when I start licking my chops. And again, you got the bearish cross on the MACD. I don't see any divergence. We don't have any divergence where on the RSI we are making a higher low, and on here we're making lower lows. That will signify that this momentum will be running out, and you can expect a reversal when you make a higher high on the RSI. You'll continue to make a lower lows here. I don't see any divergence going on. I do see some volume trying to step back in. Just you want to look at coinciding variables. That's the key when you're charting. Looking for coinciding variables. I don't see any divergence going on at the moment. And again, we're at this crucial area of support. We have to maintain this. If we start to break below this, we're just going to continue to sell off. And I can see price going here, almost to a $9,000 Bitcoin. Which for me personally, when blood is in the streets, that's when I eat, man. That's when I go and feast. When people are fearful, that's when I feast. When people are greedy, that's when I become fearful and start to pull out. That's all right here. This was just complete greed. People FOMO'd in, price going up, Bitcoin going back to 20K. People FOMO'd in. That's when I became fearful and started exiting positions. And Tether started telling my position so I can protect profits. And that's exactly what happened, man. Right here was classic, man. Classic close and reverse right here that happened. Perfect. You can't get any more textbook and any more perfect than this close and reversal right here. Look at that, man. Bullish candle followed by a bearish Harambe candle. Right there at the start of the new day. This was the start of the new day right here, man. The start of the next day on the next daily candle. Look, just close in reverse, man. And after that, we tried to recover. We tried to recover here, but we didn't quite make a new high. So that's, like I said, another lower high, and we are fighting to keep from making a lower low, man. We start making lower lows and higher lows, man. We're gonna continue to see more sell-off. So that's why this area right here is very, very crucial. We need a reversal to take place here. And in a cryptocurrency, in trading period, we come to the point we don't expect too much to happen. Because once you start expecting things to happen, that's when your feelings get hurt, and then you carry those emotions onto your next trade, and it just affects you in a negative way. So we don't expect anything to happen. We just kind of, basically what you do, you just pay to see if this plays out. You put your money in here, of course, with a stop loss, and just pay to see if this right here plays out, to see if we can hold this area of support. If we don't, we're going to eventually fall here. This 95 area be tested first, and then if that doesn't hold, we're going to a 9K Bitcoin. It's just simple as that. So this area right here is crucial. We'll see what happens. But yeah, if you didn't take anything away from this video, just remember the head and shoulder patterns. Learn patterns, man. Just start with learning patterns and candles. And again, I'm offering I do consultations. I do cryptocurrency consultations for those who are interested in cryptocurrency but don't know where to start. You can just email me at klewis198724@gmail.com. That's KLEWIS1987 KLEWIS198724@gmail.com. Send me your full name and your phone number, and myself or an associate will contact you. We'll reach back out to you. We can set up some time where we can get the consultation set up, or the mentorship program, whichever interests you. And in the beginning of 2020, I'll be rolling out the global initiative, my global impact initiative, where I'll be introducing an additional stream of income via cryptocurrency to families all over the globe. So that's what we got going on right now, man. And just look charting, man. Just learn patterns, learn the basics of charting. Which that's what I teach. Start with support, resistance, and moving averages. That's beginner level type stuff. I have you identifying what's going on in RSI and looking at volume, just beginner stuff, just to get you introduced to this whole world of cryptocurrency and charting. It's just that simple. But head and shoulder patterns, man. Textbook head and shoulder pattern that indicated the reversal in price action, which we can see happen, played out. Textbook moving average. You got the bearish crosses on the moving averages, and now we're here at this point trying to hold this area of support here. And remember where you heard it first. If this area breaks, we will continue to sell off, but we need to get a bounce here. And so let's take a look at some altcoins, man, because I'm looking at Binance. I'm looking at the Binance token, BNB. If This is what I'm looking at right here, man. Thinking about buying some, really thinking about buying some Binance. See, we got the cross here on the moving average on 13 and 34. This is the first cross. I really don't usually buy on the first cross. I usually wait until the second one. That's more of a confirmation, and just buy some BNB to acquire some more Bitcoin. Man, see here, we tried to get that cross and we got rejected. That's why I really don't buy in on the first cross. I went to the second one, and you got some nice selling volume coming in on this 4-hour candle right here. It's kind of a bearish engulf. It's a bearish engulfing candle like that. It's just straight up engulf the last two candles here, and we all wicked all the way down, but we did snap back, and we are back above the 13-day moving average. That is a good sign. That is a good sign. Let me zoom out. Yeah. See that trend line going. Got some resistance here. We got some resistance here. So kind of ascending triangle going on. Volume looking good. Golden zone. Okay. Okay, you see. Okay. We came down to test this field node here. Oh yeah, and then we came plowing back up through this the golden zone, which is the golden retrace. Okay. All right, BNB. Keep my eye on this Binance token. And see if we can continue to close. See what this candle does. See if we can close. Continue to close above this 13-day moving average. Yeah, see if we can break this. See if we can break this resistance and continue to close above this 13-day moving average. If we do, I'll probably take a little nibble. Because if we break through this, the next level is gonna be easily the next level right here, perfectly on this right here by this field node. This will be the next level of resistance, which is not a lot of resistance there. So my eye will be right here if we can break this area of resistance here and close above this. This is our next level, man. This is where the next area of resistance is here. Let's see what kind of measure move that will be. If we can break this area here. Okay, nice little 7% gain. Okay, that's not bad. Nice little 7% gain before we have any other area of resistance, and that would be okay, just at $29. Okay. Yeah, if we can close above this area of resistance, I'm gonna take a nibble here in this BNB and see if we can continue to retrace on upward and see if we take out this high here at $32, I mean it'll be off to the races, but we have some resistance to fight through before we can get that. And then we are sitting at 52% on an RSI. Not bad at all. We can see if we can get another bullish, not necessarily cross, because we got the cross here. See if we can continue to move up on this MACD. See if we can cause some divergence, some bullish divergence here on the MACD. And let's see here, we got a low here, same thing on the chart, so no divergence going on here? Yeah, so I'm just looking to see if we can break through this resistance, and I'm gonna take a little nibble on BNB. But yeah, altcoins have been getting hammered as of late as Bitcoin dominance has been on the rise. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is at 65.7%. Even though Bitcoin is getting hammered, though, people are not pulling out and going into alts right now. Pause. They're not pulling out going into altcoins right now. They're still in the money, still in the Bitcoin. 65.7% Bitcoin dominance. When you start to see this Bitcoin dominance decrease, money will be pulling out, going into altcoins, and altcoins will start to have this day again. As you can see, Bitcoin is now only down 9.61%. We're trying to retrace, man. We're trying to retrace. It's just we got a lot of selling pressure right now on Bitcoin, man. So, but yeah, that's about it for this video. I just want to take a look at the overall market conditions, what we're going and what I got my eye on. I'm gonna continue to eye this BNB, see if we can break through this resistance and close above it, and see if we can continue to close above this 13-day moving average and stay away from this 34-day moving average, and see if we get some more buying pressure to step in. Right now we got some extremely good solid sell pressure here on BNB 4 hour chart paired with BTC, but we'll see, guys. I'm about to be out. Peace. This has been a good video. Remember, like, subscribe as always, man. Like and subscribe so that we can keep building this momentum and keep building this thing going up. Peace. I'll see y'all in the next video. Remember, email klewis1987 klewis198724@gmail.com for cryptocurrency consultation and mentorship program. You need to get that piece. I'm out. Get that consultation, get that mentorship program. You want to take advantage of this technology before it soars and you're forced to buy at higher prices. You want to get in now while we're still in its baby infancy stages, so that way you can capitalize on the greatest possible capital gains out here in this market. Peace. I'll see y'all in my next video. Y'all stay blessed. Until next time.